Hi, I'm Lewis. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. One click from you means more stories can be shared. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers and make a difference. Let's begin. 8 years is a long time to avoid going home. I built Technova from nothing into a $50 million company, but apparently that still wasn't enough to make Richard proud. That's my father, by the way. The man who told me I'd never amount to anything when I dropped out of college to start my company. The email from my sister Emma sat in my inbox for 3 days before I opened it. Mom and Dad's 35th anniversary is next month. They really want you to come, Lewis. It's time to bury the hatchet. I called Emma immediately. Since when does Richard want to see me? Last time we talked, he called my business a glorified computer repair shop. That was years ago. Mom misses you like crazy and Dad's mellowed out. He even brags about you to his golf buddies now. Really? I couldn't hide my surprise. Yes, really. Sarah's been planning this for months. Family only. It would mean the world to her. My mother, Sarah, had always been caught in the middle, trying to keep peace while Richard criticized every decision I made. I'll think about it. The next day, I got a text from Richard himself. First direct communication in 3 years. Your mother wants you at our anniversary. Don't disappoint her again. Classic Richard. Still, the fact he reached out at all meant something. I called my assistant. Book me a flight to Chicago for next Friday. My phone buzzed with another call from Emma. So, are you coming? Yeah, I'll be there, but I'm bringing Thomas with me. Thomas was my CFO and closest friend. Why? This is supposed to be family. Thomas is practically family, plus he's been dying to meet all of you. The truth was, I needed someone in my corner. Fine. Oh, by the way, everyone's super impressed with how well your company's doing. Remember when Uncle Gerald needed that loan for his restaurant? And how you helped Cousin Marcus with his tuition? The family's proud of you, Louie. I'd almost forgotten about those. Over the years, I'd helped various family members with loans that we all knew would never be repaid. Part of me hoped it would change Richard's opinion of me. The day before the trip, Thomas and I reviewed quarterly projections in my office. You sure about this family reunion? Thomas asked. You look like you're preparing for battle, not a celebration. Just covering my bases. My father has a way of finding my weak spots, which is why I'm coming along. At the airport, I hesitated before boarding. Part of me wanted to turn around, but another part, the part that still wanted his father's approval, pushed forward. What's the worst that could happen? Thomas joked. If only I knew then what was waiting for me back home. The driveway was packed with cars when our Uber pulled up to my parents' suburban home. Thomas whistled. Nice place, bigger than I expected. Yeah, well, the house I grew up in was half this size. They upgraded after I left. My sister Emma burst through the front door before we even reached it. You made it! Oh my God, you look so corporate now. She hugged me tight, then extended her hand to Thomas. You must be the famous business partner I've heard about. All good things, I hope. Thomas smiled. The living room was decorated with streamers and anniversary balloons. My mother Sarah rushed over, tears in her eyes. My boy is finally home. She cupped my face in her hands. Look at you, so handsome in your fancy suit. Several relatives I hadn't seen in years circled around, asking questions about California and my company. Uncle Gerald shook my hand with unusual enthusiasm. The tech genius returns. Man, that restaurant loan you gave me saved my life. Your dad's been telling everyone how his son is the next Steve Jobs. I nearly choked on my drink. He said that. Speak of the devil, Emma muttered as the front door opened. Richard entered, surveying the room like he was inspecting troops. His eyes landed on me, expression unreadable. So you showed up after all. Happy anniversary, Dad. He nodded stiffly, then announced to the room. Dinner's in 30 minutes. Louie, I hope you brought an appetite. Your mother's been cooking all day. The initial awkwardness faded as we gathered around the dining table. Everything seemed almost normal until Richard tapped his glass for attention. Since we have our prodigal son home, I thought we'd have some fun. Marcus, remember when Louis tried to build that computer in high school and it caught fire? Cousin Marcus grinned. The fire department came and everything? Weren't you grounded for like a month? I forced a laugh. Yeah, but that experiment taught me what not to do with circuit boards. And remember his first business? Uncle Gerald chimed in. The dog walking service that failed because he was scared of big dogs? The table erupted in laughter. My face burned. Or his first girlfriend, Emma added. The one who dumped him because he spent all his time in the basement coding? I shot her a look. We'd promised never to mention that. All right, Enough reminiscing, Richard said, standing up. We're here to celebrate more than just our anniversary. Louis, we have a proposition for you. The family's been talking, and we want to start a chain of tech repair shops, with your backing, of course. I blinked, processing what was happening. My backing? Financial backing. Your company's doing well enough to invest in family, right? After all we've done for you? Thomas shifted uncomfortably beside me. I noticed Marcus and Gerald exchanging glances. This whole dinner, was this just to butter me up for money? Don't be dramatic, Richard scoffed. But since you've been so generous with individual family members, we thought a proper business arrangement would benefit everyone. Generous? I looked around at the faces I'd helped over the years, all suddenly avoiding my eyes. Thomas leaned over and whispered, I'm recording all of this. Standard practice for me at any business discussion. I pushed my chair back from the table, my appetite completely gone. I think I've had enough family time for one night. Richard stood up, face reddening. Don't be so sensitive. This is a great opportunity. For who? I grabbed my jacket. Thomas, we're leaving. The drive to our hotel was silent until Thomas pulled out his phone. Listen to this. He played back parts of the dinner conversation, including Richard's pitch about the family business. You really do record everything. Company policy. I record all business discussions. Good thing too, because what just happened wasn't a family reunion, it was an ambush. Back at the hotel, I paced the room. I can't believe I fell for this. My phone buzzed with texts from Emma. You're overreacting. Come back and we can talk like adults. Dad didn't mean it that way. Don't be so dramatic. I turned my phone off and collapsed on the bed. 8 years away wasn't enough. The next morning, Thomas and I met for breakfast when my phone rang. It was Melissa, my parents' neighbor and my mom's best friend. Louis, I heard what happened last night. I'm so sorry. News travels fast. That's not why I'm calling. I've been hearing things. Your father's been telling people he's a partner in your company, that he provided the seed money and business guidance. I nearly dropped my coffee. He what? He's been saying it for years. I never believed it, but a lot of people do. He even has business cards with your company logo. After hanging up, I turned to Thomas. We need to do some digging. We spent the day making calls. What we discovered was worse than I imagined. Richard had been using Technova's name to secure local business deals. Emma had charged thousands in consulting fees to our corporate account. Uncle Gerald's loan for his restaurant had been processed as a company investment, not my personal gift. How did this happen? I asked Thomas. Remember when you gave your family access to company discounts? They've been abusing it. And that time you let Emma use your login to help with the holiday party planning. She never logged out. She's had access for 2 years. We called Melissa again, who agreed to meet us at a coffee shop downtown. It's worse than you think, she said, sliding a business proposal across the table. They've been using your company's reputation to attract local investors. See who's listed as the parent company? Technova was prominently displayed on the cover. I've got our legal team working on cease and desist letters, Thomas said after Melissa left. But we need to address this head on. I nodded, a plan forming. Call Richard, tell him I've reconsidered his business proposal and want to meet tomorrow. All family members involved should be there. What are you going to do? Give them exactly what they asked for, a business meeting. I spent the night preparing, reviewing recordings, gathering evidence, and building a presentation that would leave no room for debate. You know this could permanently destroy your relationship with your family? Thomas asked as we finalized our strategy. What relationship? They've been using me for years. It's time they learned who they're really dealing with. I sent an email to Richard, Emma, Uncle Gerald, and Cousin Marcus. Looking forward to discussing our potential business partnership tomorrow at 2 p.m. Please come prepared with your business plan and financial projections. I'll bring the contracts. The responses came quickly, filled with excitement and emojis. They had no idea what was coming. I reserved a conference room at our hotel, arranged like our corporate boardroom. At exactly 2 p.m., my family arrived, looking excited. You picked a fancy setting for a family meeting, Richard said, adjusting his tie. This isn't a family meeting. It's a business meeting. I clicked to the first slide, showing Richard's fake business card with the Technova logo. Care to explain this? His smile faltered. That's just for networking purposes. Networking? Let's see what you've been networking about. I played an audio recording of Richard claiming to be my business partner. Where did you get that? He demanded. From Melissa. People have been recording your lies for years. I clicked to the next slide showing unauthorized charges. Emma, explain these consulting fees. Her face went pale. You said I could use the company discount? For personal purchases, not to create a fake consulting business. I distributed folders. These contain cease and desist orders, demands for repayment, and notification that all access to Technova resources has been terminated. Richard slammed his fist down. You ungrateful little... Careful, Thomas is recording this too. Emma's eyes filled with tears. Louis, please, we're family. I'm sorry about everything. There's nothing to fix. Our relationship was broken long before this. After everything we've done for you, Richard sputtered. What exactly have you done? Mock my dreams? Take credit for my success? The only thing you've given me is a lesson in who not to trust. You destroy your own family? Richard went from red to white. You did that yourself. Outside, Melissa was waiting. I heard everything. The whole town will know by tomorrow. Thank you for being honest with me, unlike some people. Later, Thomas, Melissa, and I had dinner across town. To new beginnings and real relationships. Thomas raised his glass. Melissa smiled. You're always welcome at my house when you visit. No ambushes. Before leaving town, I sent a final email to all employees, closing the family discount program and implementing stricter security. Any regrets? Thomas asked as our plane took off. I watched my hometown shrink beneath us. Just one, that I didn't do this years ago. Back in California, I rebuilt my inner circle with people who valued me, not what I could give them. My company continued to grow, stronger and more secure than before. I never answered another call from Richard or Emma again. Sometimes the family you choose is more reliable than the one you're born into. That's the end of Louis's story. What would you have done in his position? Would you have completely cut off your family like Louis did, or given them one more chance after exposing their manipulation? The line between family loyalty and self-respect can be incredibly difficult to navigate. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you have handled it differently? If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more compelling stories about standing up to toxic relationships. Your support helps us continue sharing these stories, and we'd love to hear your experiences too. Thanks for watching.